Today in this video we will be learning about animation, what it is and how does it work. Well, let us cross-examine the different steps that come in animation. Animation says to perform an animation series we have to first determine the object to be animated. So here let us animate a bouncing of a ball, where a ball initially is to be placed on a ground. From the ground the ball is to be bounced to a certain height upwards, and then after a while the ball again comes down and touches the ground. So we are going to animate typically the bouncing of a ball. What do we have to do first? We have to first identify the object, and we have identified the object as a ball. Step number 2 says we have to identify the traversing path. Okay, what do we mean by traversing path? Well, we have identified the traversing path like this. This means this is the path through which the object is to be moved, where initially the object is to be placed at this position. After a while the object will reach at this position, then the ball will reach to its maximum height and then will start down falling and will reach at this position. Finally again it will touch the ground. So this is the path through which the object will traverse. So this is what we have to identify. We have to identify the object and then we have to identify the traversing path, the path through which the object has to be moved along. Then what? Step number 3 is said that we have to identify the position of the object in each frame. What is this frame? Let us learn it. See, as I have already told you, this is the path through which the object travels. Once we have identified the path, let us split the whole scene, the whole path, into certain sections. So this was the initial scene, and the initial scene has been now divided into number of pieces. Each of this piece is known as a frame. Altogether we are having 5 different frames. What is the peculiarity of these frames? In each frame the position of the ball is at different positions. Let us see the first frame. In the first frame, the ball was at extreme left of the ground. In the second frame, it started moving upwards. In the third frame, it reached at its peak. In the fourth frame, it started falling down again and it is close to the ground. In the last frame, it almost touched the ground and again reached at its final position. So actually, after identifying the object and its traversing path, we have to divide the entire picture or entire scene into number of sections. Each of these section is known by the name frame, and a frame typically explains the position of the object in each moment. Where it was initially, where it is now, where it would be in the next moment. So by seeing the frame, we can easily identify the various positions the object will travel. Okay, from this it is very clear where it will be after a few seconds, where it is now, where it was earlier. Everything is perfect, crystal clear. Okay, now what? We have identified the object, we have identified the traversing path, we have also identified the position of the object in each frame. Now we have to arrange the frames in order. That means which frame should come first, which should come second, which should come third. Okay, let us arrange it. This is the first frame, this is the second frame, this is the third frame, this is the fourth frame, and this is the last frame. Altogether there are 5 frames and we have arranged them in perfect order, which should come first and which should come next. Okay, then what? Then move in rapid succession. Yes, this is what an animation is. Animation is actually movement of static images in rapid succession. What is meant by succession? Succession means one after the other, one by one. What is rapid? Rapid means it is moved in high speed. That means a sequence of frames when moved with high speed, one after the other, creates a sense of motion picture. What is it? When a sequence of static images are moved one after the other in high speed, it creates a feeling of a motion picture. This is what is called as an animation. So animation is typically movement of static pictures in rapid succession. Clear? Let us see the image again. When these 5 frames are moved in high speed one after the other, it creates an illusion that actually we are seeing an object being moved, whereas all these are only static images. Okay, this is how an animation can be explained in simple means. Let us also learn about traditional animation. Traditionally, animation was performed by manually only. Nowadays, it has been computerized. We use computer and machine induced mechanisms to do animations. Let us see what all steps are coming under this animation. First, we have to decide the characters, various characters that are to be inputted in each scene. Once the characters are identified, next is to draw their varying emotions. What is meant by draw their varying emotions? That means maybe in a scene we may be having more than one characters. For each character we have to draw various emotions. That means these characters, when they are in happy moment, when they are in sad situation, when they are in a joyful environment, when they are in festive mood, when they are doing some activities. So different moods of each character has to be drawn separately. For every character, for each and every character, we have to create number of new pictures, each with separate emotions. One is in a joyful way, another one may be in a sad situation. So for different characters, we have to create multiple scenes with different emotions, which is a tedious task. Then come on to next point. The third point says we have to develop the storyboard. Yes, we have only the characters and their various emotions. We need a strong story. So definitely we need a storyboard where actually the writer writes the story, or a story is built up based on which the scenes can be arranged. So we need a storyboard. Once we have a storyboard, we have to develop keyframes. What is meant by keyframes? Keyframes means main scenes. We have to develop or create main scenes. Like this, taking an example, initially we are creating 2 scenes or 2 frames. Let this be the first frame and this be the second frame. In the first frame, I have planned that object will be at this position. That means it is touching the ground. And after a while, the final position of the object is at this position. That means it is almost bounced upwards. Okay, so we have 2 main scenes. In the first scene, object was at ground, and in the second scene, object was at a little bit higher position. So after specifying keyframes or main scenes, we will be performing in-betweening. What is in-betweening? In-betweening means once you know the keyframes, developing or generating all the frames that would come in between. I repeat, once you have identified the keyframes or the main frames have been identified, you have to develop all the sub frames that will come in between these keyframes. That means if initially the object is at this position and finally the object would reach at this position, then what all positions are there in which the object would have traversed? So these are the different positions through which the object might have traversed to reach its final position. So in this way, after identifying the frames that would come in between, they have to be created manually or using machines, and they have to be implanted in between these two key frames. So the process of inducing all the sub frames between two key frames is called in-betweening. Okay, so using this technique we will be developing all those subframes that would have come in between these two keyframes. Then we have now the characters, we have their various emotions, we have the strong storyboard, we have keyframes, and we have also arranged the in-betweens. Now what? Now we have to be prepared with the background sound. For each scene we have to prepare appropriate background sounds. Then what? Then, as I told you earlier, we have a story, we have characters, we have scenes, we have main scenes, and we have in between scenes, we have background noise. Everything is perfectly alright. Now what? Now after these scenes are arranged in a proper sequence, what we do is we do a voiceover. That means for each character appropriate dialogue delivery is to be done. When this scene is ready to be telecasted with its proper dialogue delivery, these static images will be moved in rapid succession to create a feeling of motion picture. This is what an animation is. Hope the concept being explained through this video has been clearly conveyed to you all. Keep watching the videos and support me. Subscribe the channel if you are not yet subscribed. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and press the all options so that you will get the notifications as soon as I put on a new video. Thank you.